Hey guys, what's up? Russ here. I know I've been slacking on videos lately, so I'm bringing back my video a day series for June. I don't know if I'll go past June with it. We'll just have to wait and see when the month is over. But for now, I'm kicking it off with my mid-year room tour. Let's get started. As always, I'm kicking it off with my comic book wall featuring the Reign of Superman storyline. This is the storyline that got me into comics as a kid and just fueled the collection ever since. And these are all my original books from back then. It's always awesome to look back on these and check them out. Coming over to this side, I've got some original art from Simple Simon and Sarah, all the way from Australia. Coming down into the Rus Man Fun Collectibles picture. This used to be my channel name. I started with Funko Pops and it just kind of evolved into the rest of the collectible world. Coming down into a couple Superman plaques. Over to the Retro Ninja Turtles. These aren't the actual originals. They came out with some retro figures last year. Maybe the year before last now. I don't even remember. But I had to get these when I saw them in the store. Got little kid Mikey hanging out right under it. Coming back to this side of the wall, I got my Action Comics 1 metal tin and an Action Comics 1 magnet, stuck to that. And I've got this awesome classic George Reeves Superman poster. Superman and the Mole Men. Never actually seen this movie, but when I saw this poster, I had to pick it up, dude. Represent the old school. Right, coming on down, I got these decals hanging out above a Magic Lasso, which came with an AOK from Magic Lasso. Down into my X-Men books here, the Dark Phoenix Saga. Still gonna have to complete this one day. For now, I'm satisfied with what I have, but I do need to pick up a 138 to go on this shelf, as well as 129, 130, 131, 132, and 133 to fully complete the Dark Phoenix Saga. But that's going to take a while because I'm trying to get those all in slabs to go with this shelf. Down into some Funko Pops and some figures here for Marvel Legends. Got the classic X-Men as well as Rogue and Gambit. And on the end, I've got the classic first appearance Wolverine. And speaking of another Gambit, and on down I have my comic book shelf. Keep the majority of my comics as well as my trades and hardbacks. And the rest of the comic book boxes here. And my CGC box over in the corner. Let's go ahead on into the secondary comic wall here. Got the Nightfall storyline. This was the Batman series that I started with as well. So I had to put these up on the wall. These are not the originals I had from when I was a kid, but I did have the whole set back in the day. I managed to put that back together from finding some great deals on eBay and a few AOKs. I also have the Lonely Place of Dying storyline, which introduced Tim Drake. Fantastic storyline. Definitely recommend reading that. Coming back up into the statues here. These are Gallery Select statues. And of course, the little tiny mini fist. Behind those, I have my Incredible Hulk metal tin. And my Amazing Fantasy 15 metal tin, because let's face it, I'll never have these actual comics. So as long as I got the covers represented on my wall, I'm happy. Coming on down into a DC shelf here. Have this black suit Superman statue. Down into some old school Kenner figures. A little bit of McFarlane. Some metal minifigs. Some more Kenner. Love this Eradicator and Doomsday figure in front of the McFarlane Eradicator. Still need to find the Superboy, and hopefully they make a Steel and a Cyborg Superman in this style as well. That's not impossible to find anyways. Got these awesome books here. These were both AOKs from Fanboy Prime. This was the Page Puncher reprint. But this is the original Jim Lee art on the Superman book. And that Page Puncher did come with a little figure here that I'm keeping in my Action Comics cup. Just kind of poking up and saying hey. Down into another DC shelf. Got the Teen Titans issue 39 and 44. The last Dick Grayson is Robin, and the first Dick Grayson is Nightwing. Thanks to a generous AOK from Lindsay, formerly known as Geeky Lindsay and Lindsay's Geeked Out Knickknacks. Down into some more Funko Pops here. And underneath that we have a Marvel shelf. Got my Secret Wars 8 and ASM 300, both AOKs from Matt, the boy who had 7. And in the middle of that, I have my Web of Spider-Man issue 1 to kind of round out a Black Suit trilogy here. I still need to pick up an ASM 252, and I believe it's Team Up 141. Got some more Funko Pops here. And a gallery statue of Miles Morales. It's an awesome Spider-Man card that came from Metarog, as well as the cards down on my X-Men shelf here. Well, it's kind of an X-Men Hulk Marvel shelf. But I got the giant size X-Men issue 2 there that came from my buddy Cobby, Comic Books NYC. Stan Lee. A Mark 1 Iron Man. A couple fig pins. Some more gallery pieces. I have White Phoenix and Jubilee. Jubilee did have like some chewing gum, but it broke off and I never glued it back on. Got this awesome Incredible Hulk first issue Funko Pop with Bruce Banner. And going down into another DC shelf. This is all pops down here. And underneath that is the Smallville set. I always wondered why they didn't make more of these. I'm surprised they didn't do a Clark with the jacket, the black jacket, and a Ma and Pa Kent and a Lionel Luthor. Seems like they would have done those. Sliding over here, I have some comic books and some novels from Rena Brown. I just finished reading her newest book, Sinner. This book is awesome. I highly recommend you guys checking it out. If you love mythology and action, this book is absolutely full of goodness. Coming up into a couple more gallery pieces here. I have the Flash Speed Force Edition. Some more McFarlane, some more Kenner. A little bit of everything on this shelf here. Got this awesome card from D-Rock. Moving on up into the anime shelf here. I have Dragon Ball Z and My Hero Academia. It's an awesome mug from Simple Simon. And the back of the shelf has some killer art from Matilda Gothica. Coming up into another Marvel shelf. This is mostly Marvel Legends here. Got a few awesome books in the background. This one was made by Comic Head 84, Kenny. Appreciate that again, brother. One of a kind sketch cover. And I love me some Rogue. Coming on up into my most recent figures, I picked up this Batman set, the Dark Knight Trilogy set, and decided to put the Gallery Batman statue behind it and the Red Hood McFarlane up above it. Still need to add a little bit to the shelf. Maybe some more figures on either side of these. Or maybe I'll move that and put up like a Dark Knight art print or something. Around on this side I have some awesome posters here. Superman Unchained. Got this awesome Spider-Man poster from Sharon, Life with Two YouTubers. And coming on down into kind of a mixed shelf here. Got a little DC, a little Marvel. Got this sweet DC Universe Green Lantern figure. Coming over into the Target Kyle Reiner Funko Pop. In the middle I have the Vision Marvel Legends and Avengers 57. And over here to the side, got Goliath from Gargoyles. Which I still need to pick up a few more of these, man. I would eventually like to get the whole set. Coming over here to the Captain America posters. These pretty much haven't changed. And up around to a few more posters here. I have this awesome Wolverine. Down into this killer poster that I got from Lindsay. This thing has everything, dude. It's got DC, it's got Marvel, it's got pop culture. It's even got a little WWF in it, man. Somewhere on here is Animal from the Road Warriors of Hawk and Animal. It's such an awesome poster, man. There he is. Boom. Going on up into this Rogue art print. Some X-Men figures. This giant size X-Men 1 poster. Because again, I'll never have the original book. Got Archangel. And of course, Rogue. I moved Mjolnir over here next to Coulson from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and a random stormtrooper from Star Wars. On down I've got a few PS4 games, some PS2 games, and a few more Funko Pops. Coming on across, I have my Captain America set up here. Got the shield. And this awesome Captain America 111 from Unruly Simeon. A few Captain America Funko Pops. And before I head on down to the rest of the Funkos, gotta show this awesome Power Rangers print here. Got another Superman shelf set up. killer Cyborg Superman. Again, this came from D-Runk Comics, as well as the card I showed you earlier. And this one next to it was a custom that came from Iron Archer Studios. I actually sent him this pop when it looked like that. And a year, maybe 2 years later, dude sent it back to me and it was customized. That's killer. Got this old school Clark Kent pop. Very Christopher Reeve inspired. And then the first appearance pop. On down into some random pops here. Got the Monopoly Man, Popeye, and Crash Bandicoot. Mr. Bean, Dig'em Frog, Scrooge McDuck, and the Grinch. Got my gaming set up here. This is where most of the fun in this room comes from. Got that Series S and the PS5, man. Waited like 2 years after this thing came out before I was finally able to find one. And still got the PS4. This is what I watch like any streaming services on. So I still get some use out of it. Going down into some more Funko Pops. Got this cool Fallout 76 Pops that came from Genome Presents. Of course I got Mr. T hanging out. Loved the A-Team growing up and always been a big fan of Mr. T. Loved him in Rocky 3 too as Clubber Lang. Got my only Game of Thrones pop here. I got this in a contest win from J Pops. Check her channel out. She does some awesome stuff. Got my John Wick 2 Chase, Lara Croft, and Jill Valentine. Headed back up to this wall, I have my Superman 233 Neil Adams plaque. Eventually, I'm going to get this comic book. I think I say that in every room tour video and I still haven't picked it up yet. But soon, the actual book will be mine. Always loved this cover. And Neil Adams on Superman, just incredible dude. Got a birthday card here from Matilda Gothica. This awesome Tomb Raider figure that came from Trix Comics. It's Natrix on YouTube. As well as this book right here. I picked it up off of him. He was selling it on Instagram. Got this Michael Turner signed Tomb Raider Witchblade 1. The first appearance of Lara Croft in comics. Gotta represent Super Mario somewhere in here. Then I have my only Sideshow statue, probably the only one I'll ever get, of Black Cat. There's a comic cover just like this, J. Scott Campbell. I need to find that one day. Got this awesome eagle here. This was actually my dad's. I thought it looked pretty cool there. And into another one of my grails here. This was actually an AOK from It's Natrix, Trix Comics. Love this book, dude. Coming on down on the computer desk here, I have this awesome Adventures of Superman 525. This was an AOK from Comic Fu 2814, and it is signed by Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher. This is another one that blows me away. I was a huge fan of that show growing up with Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher as Clark and Lois, and it's just so cool to have their signatures on this book. Absolutely one of my favorite covers too from Superman. This side I have a few more Funko Pops. Got Martian Manhunter and Jay Garrick. And one last quick once around, and that is pretty much it for the mid-year room tour. Alright, that's it for this one. I know that was longer than my usual videos. I normally keep it like 2 or 3 minutes. So if anybody is actually still with me, I'll see you guys for tomorrow's video, and remember, keep it 9,000.
What did you say his power level is? It's over 9,000!